Morning to you. Thank you very much for joining us. Your reaction to being named one of the managers for the Futures Game at the All-Star Week festivities at Dodger Stadium.
Good morning, guys. It's really something I'm looking forward to. It's really the fun part of the game to see these young kids, see them grow and love the game and understand it, and just see them become ball players. So it'll be a fun time, and I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah, as I mentioned, you're in Vero Beach, Florida at the Jackie Robinson Training Complex there for the Breakthrough Series, which is a diversity-focused amateur training camp event with nearly 80 high school athletes. Mike, what are you seeing from these young people and the chances that you get to interact with them? What's the message?
I think the message is two ways. We feed off of their energy, their love for the game, and point them in the right direction with the things we've learned along the way of our careers. These kids they love the game of baseball. It re-energizes us to get out there on the field with them and see the things that they are doing and how good they want to get. So our message is both ways. First, become a great human being. Second, become the best version of yourself as a ball player, and they're working very hard at it, and it's been a lot of fun.
Is the same message for the Futures Game? Because we're in an age of information, perhaps almost too much. You get one day with them to kind of put an imprint on them. Some of them, gosh, former or future major leaguers. What do you say to them that sticks with them?
Well, I think the biggest thing that I want to give these kids is you have to play fearless baseball. You got to play free. I can't be worried about making mistakes. And sometimes when you put kids on a big stage, they might not play natural. They might tense up a little bit or overthink some things. Go out there and play the game of baseball. Play it free. If you get a hop that you don't quite get, turn the page and you'll make the next one. Just continue to think in a positive way. Play the game aggressively. Don't worry about mistakes. Think about making plays. And I think they'll all have a great experience.
So on that note, I mean, I had the pleasure of playing for you briefly, and you run a very loose clubhouse in a sense. I know you go a daily grind, it's rough, but you were in there and just kept everything fun. What do you miss the most about managing in the big leagues?
Well, a lot of the things you're talking about, I totally miss the dugout. I think the dugout was so much fun, bringing a team together, getting the fundamentals into a team, letting them feel that that they could win, and maybe infuse some of the things I just talked about, playing free. Don't worry about mistakes. We're out here to make plays, and if we do, we're going to end up on the right side of things. Those kind of things were always part of it, along with spring training, just getting guys to understand each other. We had some great morning meetings in spring training, just keeping them loose, getting guys to understand what our message was, but also that, hey, we're all in this together. We're all human. Let's just go out there and play the best type of baseball we can, best brand, and I know they enjoyed that.
Yeah, I love those meetings.
Mike, I got to follow up on what Carlos just talked about. I mean, you won 1,650 games as a major league manager, had a 54% winning percentage, which is pretty good. And by my standards anyway, you're still a young man. And, you know, by the standards of the hirings lately, would you like to be back in the dugout as a major league manager?
I think my life path has taken me a little bit different. I really enjoy what I'm doing now. I love the time you can give back to your family. I love teaching youth. I love teaching the kids. I love passing on a lot of the life experiences I had to maybe point these kids in the right direction and maybe not stub their toe quite as much. This game's the best teacher. They need to go out and play, and they need to learn it by playing. But I'm very, very happy with the opportunities I have and what I'm doing now.
Mike, we discussed earlier in the show the firing of Joe Maddon there with the Los Angeles Angels. You're very familiar with the players there and all the participants in that scenario. What was your reaction when you heard the news?
Well, first of all, I think those of us that manage know how tough it is to be on a streak like that. We've all been on those streaks, and I know nobody takes it harder than Joe. Joe's a tremendous baseball manager. And I think, as I said, all of us that have been in that situation know that sometimes that's the consequences of having this opportunity. And Joe will get another opportunity, I'm sure, somewhere. He's a great baseball man, but in what's happened, certainly, I can guarantee you, no one felt these losses more than Joe did. And unfortunately, they made a move out there in California.
Mike, I think you might be one of the most accomplished baseball men we've ever had on our show, yet still when I try and write your name in the prompter, I cannot spell it. So I was wondering if you can help me with a mnemonic device or something.
I don't know. I'll tell you what, I have trouble sometimes after that second glass of wine spelling the right on the check, so we might be in the same ballpark.
Okay.
Hey, Mike, you mentioned
SCIOSCIA. It's almost rhythmic, you know.
Simple.
But,
There you go. That's it.
Yeah.
Come on, Lauren, get it
Yeah,
together.
I
Get in
don't,
rhythm. Get in rhythm.
trust
Okay.
me.
Hey, Mike, you
I don't
mentioned
stand on ceremony. If guys misspell my name, it's no big deal. Trust me.
you mentioned how much you love to work with young players. If you for any parent or young player that is watching right now that hopes to play at some of the highest levels of baseball, whether it be college or professional baseball, what would you tell them?
Well, I think they need to play. They need to get the reps, first of all. And I see a lot of youth parents that are all well-meaning, but they get too involved in where their son is, where he hits in a batting lineup, and what team he's playing on. I think the most important thing is this game is the best teacher. So if you want to be a good player, you need to go out there and play, and you will figure most of this game out yourself with your skill set. You'll figure this out. Some of the things you might need, there's obviously instructors and coaches that can point you in the right direction. Baseball is a beautiful game, and there's so many little things that win a game. It's not just the batter's box. It's not just the pitching mound. It's not just the base running. It's all of it. And I think that if we can get youngsters to understand how great this game is, you're going to see these kids rise to the top and and play as high as their talent will let them play. So what I say to parents is, look, it's great to have these kids play. I think at a young age, it's great to experience all sports. If they tend to gravitate towards baseball in their teens, and that's really the only sport that their skill set says they're able to play, and they want to put more time into it, great. But let them play. Let them figure it out. This is their time to grow and to shine, and we had our time in the game. You want these kids to do it.
So one quick one. Now, are kids playing too much nowadays? Should they play other sports or just baseball? What are your thoughts on that?
I think it's a great point to bring up. I think that in certain warm weather climates, there's no doubt kids are playing too much at a young age. And I talk to parents and I say, but he wants to play. He wants to play. Yeah, he wants to play, but let him experience, if baseball's his love, but let him experience basketball. Let him experience soccer. Let him experience football, whatever, lacrosse, whatever sport that he might have another inclination to like. Let him try it and let him experience it, and baseball will be there for him. Plus, it gives you a natural break. Growing up in Philadelphia, we had the natural breaks because we had the weather change. So, by August, we were done playing baseball, went into football, then went into basketball. Then when the weather got warm, you played baseball again. California, Texas, Florida. You don't have any natural breaks. So I think the parents should really look at the 10, 11, 12-year-old kid that's playing 100 games a year and deciding, gosh, is that a little too much? I think it's just an individual decision, but it's something to definitely think about.
No, those are great points. Mike, we appreciate their time. We look forward to catching up with you at the All-Star Game and All-Star Week in Los Angeles, as you'll be one of the managers for the Futures Game. Great to catch up with you, Mike. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Guys, thanks a lot.